Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn with Venkateshwara Technical Hub. Today we are diving into a very important concept in Groovy, that is instance variable. By the end of this session, you will understand what they are, how they work, and why they are so powerful when building real applications. We will also compare them with local variables, so you will never confuse the two again. Let's start with the definition. What is instance variable? An instance variable is declared inside a class but outside any method, constructor, or block. It belongs to the object of the class. Each object created from the class gets its own copy of the instance variable. It exists as long as the object exists. It can be actually by all methods of the object. So let's see the meaning of this first statement. An instance variable is declared inside a class. This is the class. And inside of this class, we have declared a variable called as name. So let's see this example. Let's copy this from here and paste it. Okay, I will explain this example step by step. Here you can see first step. We have defined a class named as instance variable demo. What is class? A class is like a blueprint, just like a blueprint for a house tell you how to build it. A class tells the computer how to create object. Here, the name of the class is instance variable demo. That's just the label we give to this blueprint. Then this second line here we have define an instance variable itself. Okay, means inside the class there is instance variable, but outside the method. This third line is our method, and we named that method as a display message. It the method what what is the job of that method? It prints the current value of the instance variable, and here you can see dollar name. What is the meaning of this? That called string interpolation. It means Groovy will insert the actual value of the name. Okay, right there. Then what is this step? Define, change name, new name, and new name. Name is equal to a new name. This method, this new name, this one, this new name is a parameter. We pass it when calling the method. This is the parameter we can pass it when calling the method. And here you can see name is equal to new name, means we are replacing the old diary entry with the new one. Here we are replacing the old diary entry with the new one. Here in step 5, here we have created two objects, object 1 and object 2. Then what we are doing in object 1? Object 1, it's like a building the first house from the blueprint. This house comes with its own diary, starting with the default name. And what is the second object? This is another house with its own diary. Even though both house looks the same, each has its own independent diary. Means suppose you run this iflow, sorry, you run this script here. If you put a default name, then for the object 1 and object 2, it will show same name as a default name. I will show you later. Okay. Then first I will explain this script step by step. Here object 1 dot display message. What is the meaning of this? When we ask object 1 to show its diary, it print default name. And what is the second line? Object 2 dot display message. Same for the object 2. It also print default name because both started with the same initial value. And this object 1 change name. Here you can see for uh, changing instance variable for object 1. Here we are changing the variable. Now we tell object 1 to update its diary entry to Shubham. Then after the change, we check object 1. Again, it will print the Shubham. Once I run that script, you can see the result. But when we check this object 2, it still print a default name. This proves that each object has its own independent instance variable. So let's run the script. Here you can see this is object 2. This proves that each object has its own independent instance variable, and this one is object 1. Yeah, you can see object 1 change the name. Then if you remove this, if you remove this part, you can see we have received only two objects, default name and default name. Suppose here we put Ketan, you can see Ketan and Ketan. And here we are again changing the instance variable for object 1. Now see, only take this one, object 1. Yeah, here we are changing for the object 1. It is showing Shubham. And for object 2, we for object 2, it is showing as a Ketan. Let's define object 2 also. Rahul. Here you can see object 2 as a Rahul. Means it doesn't disturb this Ketan. In this way, we can use this instance variable. So now we will see the difference between local variable and instance variable. Local variable live inside a method or a block. They disappear once the method finish. And what is instance variable? Instance variable live as long as the object lives. Okay. Then this is the complete explanation of the instance variable in Groovy. We covered the definition, standard example, and line by line explanation and output. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to learn with Venkateshwara Technical Hub. For more easy to understand programming tutorials, please subscribe it. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in next video.